Greetings. My name is Daniel from East Africa. Allow me to share with you the burden of darkness in the community where God has called us. Matthew chapter 4 verse 16 quotes Prophet Isaiah saying, "The people that sat in darkness and those in the region and in the shadow of death." This is very identical in the community where God has called us.
In our ability, we have preached and told the gospel. Children and people's lives have been impacted. Nevertheless, we still have a long way to overcome the darkness and gross darkness over the people. This gross darkness is caused by the following. Number 1, ancestral worship. This kind of worship involves a lot of sacrifices, goats, cows, and unfortunately human beings are being slaughtered. And when it comes to human sacrifice, it is the little vulnerable children that are being sacrificed. And because of poverty, the rich people from Kampala, the capital city of Uganda, approach the impoverished parents, give them money that cannot buy a human soul. These people believe that this kind of worship is the strongest there is in appeasing their demons. They evoke curses of the enemies and at the same time evoke blessings they are looking for. This is still ongoing. Number 2, worship in shrines. This kind of worship is done in places they call shrines. Shrines have a witch doctor who work as their priest in a village or sub-county where people go, and most of these acts are done in the wee hours of the night. This involves processes like bathing herbs, bathing the blood of the sacrifices, eating whatever they are told to eat by the witch doctor, and giving sacrifice of any kind. Many families that have been engaged in this kind of worship are under demonic influence and are living in such a high level of bondage. Their only hope is the gospel. Number 4, the Islamic religion. The Islamic religion, unfortunately, is most prevalent in our community, and they are launching a campaign of constructing more mosques in our community.
Their method of evangelism is intended to build more schools where they will educate children for free.
In addition to give the young men and women money, buying them into Islam. Since these youths have no money, they will simply sell their souls to the Islam religion. Number 5, alcoholism. Due to hopelessness that prevails in this community, most men have been taken over by alcoholism. Fathers have become irresponsible, hence most children are raised by single abandoned mothers.
Most drunkard men get themselves concubines, and you find them with a lot of women that they are involved with. Hence, they end up giving birth to bastards and children that they cannot take care of.
Over the last few years, Daniel and our team have evangelized and prayed for this community, working with leaders, mothers, and children, particularly the children of Melody of Hope Ministries, and visited 7 sub-counties around us. We are persuaded that light of the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ through strategical evangelism, discipleship, and church planting can prevail against the powers of darkness. Although, like we stated, we do evangelism on small scale because we are somehow limited. We trust that with increased mission teams of evangelism that can witness one-on-one, teachers of the Bible, huge medical missions, more seeds of the gospel will be into the community. Our part has been to do these missions of one-to-one evangelism. Another way of evangelizing and reach out in these territories is by identifying the needs of these communities. For example, we have bought a piece of land in the community and built a bore well. We plan to start a Christian school on our acquired piece of the first one of its kind in this community. This has opened people's hearts for us to preach further the gospel. Many people are pretty excited and receptive. I believe identifying the needs and meeting the needs, like taking care of orphans, education, hiring tractors from the country headquarters to help facilitate the farming of different farmers. Simple things like these are effective ways of evangelism. Our vision is hosting huge medical missions in this community, planting at least 3 churches in every sub-county, finding or hiring a piece of land to build a semi-permanent structure as places of worship. Until then, believers reach a place of constructing their permanent buildings.
With this method of evangelism and doing charitable deeds as described above, I am very confident that the light of the gospel will prevail the darkness, and more souls will be won into the kingdom.
Jesus said, "If I be lifted up, I draw men to myself."
Thank you for saying yes and obeying to be used by God. Blessings. I'm yours because of Jesus, Daniel.